When did you start getting interested in aviation?
It's a bit of a miracle that these two are friends. Dr. Josh Benditt and Bob Brown met 10 days ago at Safeco Field.
It's just been an unbelievable experience for me.
When I came there, I saw you were on the ground and you did not look well.
Bob was waiting in this line for an Edgar Martinez bobblehead when his heart stopped.
I was pressing too hard and I ran out of breath.
Thankfully, Dr. Benditt wanted that bobblehead too. He was only feet away.
So I went over, knelt down, and checked his pulse. He had no pulse. He was not breathing.
Josh is a lung doctor, but he needed to get to work on Bob's heart. Bob had a heart attack in 2005 and had a defibrillator put in, but it wasn't working.
So I started CPR, and that lasted probably a minute to 90 seconds. And then all of a sudden, his defibrillator gave him an internal shock, and he woke up.
Just days after saving Bob's life, this hospital reunion.
I looked right at him, right in his eyes, and he was looking right back. And I said, I can never, ever thank you enough. And I hope to be able to for the rest of my life.
Somebody's looking at you and saying, you need to stay here, so.
Well,
I'm supporting that.
I don't want to sound corny, but I feel like I'm surrounded by guardian angels.
Yeah.
At 82 years old, this man has a new lease on life and an amazing new friend. You see, Dr. Benditt happened to give Bob yet another gift.
Bob didn't make it in. I decided to give him one of ours.
An Edgar Martinez bobblehead.
And it really is something to hear the doctor tell this story, because he works at UW Medical Center and he walked in last week not knowing if he would ever meet Bob. As it turns out, Bob was in a room right next to one of the patients that he was seeing, and when the doctor walked into their room, Mary Lee, Bob's wife, who's a wonderful person, she jokingly said, "Are you bringing dinner?" And he goes, "I'm actually the guy who was at Safeco Field last week," and they said they all broke down pretty quickly because they are so grateful for what he did that night.
What a moment, yeah.
Yeah, and what a great moment to capture, and what an emotional story between these two strangers that are now linked forever.
Absolutely, and they talk about how they both live up in Edmonds, and they're going to go have dinner, and they're going to be lifelong friends, I think.
I'm
so
sure, and they'll
special.
probably catch a Mariners game at some point together.
Absolutely.
As well.